Hi, my name is Judith Abuche. I've worked with IFIA for the past 3 years, heading Women Who Could Accra. I met IFIA the early part of 2014, if I can remember clearly. And just around that time, I was completing my final year in university. I think I got to meet her through a friend of a friend. And around that time, she was looking for people to put together, or to put together a team to set up Women Who Could Accra. For me, it was a great opportunity because just around that time, I was thinking of, the next step after school. I was looking for opportunities that I could take advantage of to start my career in technology. So for me, it was good timing. Getting in touch with IFIA at that time was good timing for me. We did speak one or a few times, but after a while, the communication went silent. And at a point, I was disappointed. I was like, this was a great opportunity to do something, but I suddenly stopped hearing from her. Fast forward to September of that same year, IFIA and I got in touch again, and we kick-started our talks to put up Women Who Could Accra again. We had a few virtual meetings via Skype. She started taking us through SaaS Demo Studio, myself and Asabia Sariminta. So every weekend we'll have these sessions. I think we had about 4 or 5 different sessions on SaaS Demo Studio, all in anticipation of getting Women Who Could Accra ready so we could also train other young ladies like myself. So a number of activities went into getting things ready, from booking hotels, from getting resource people, from getting sponsors, just to sort of buy into the idea of getting Women Who Could Accra ready. In September of 2015, by the dint of our hard work, all our efforts paid off, and we proudly launched Women Who Could Accra, the very first network in West Africa, because all of the networks are outside Africa. So we set up the very first network proudly, because a lot of work had gone in, a lot of efforts, a lot of meeting people, all thanks to IFIA and some of her contacts. Asabia is one of them, Amanima is one of them, Ama Asari. These are all people that I met through IFIA and trying to get Women Who Could Accra ready. I would say that our relationship hasn't been so smooth. It has had its own challenges. That is, getting Women Who Could Accra ready, it had its own set of challenges. I'll just mention a few of them. Internet access. Let me see. Seamless internet access. It's not easy getting people to sponsor for things like these in this part of the world. Venturing out into something like this, as in creating a group where people can come and learn about technology. Getting people to just sponsor willingly, it's not something you find often. So you need to keep talking to people and sort of to prove to them that this will work. So getting internet has been one tough thing. Most of the time, IFIA would foot internet bills from her pocket. When we eventually started our meetings, getting light snacks or refreshments so that the people who come are refreshed and are even encouraged to attend more. It's also getting sponsorship for things like these is also a bit tough. So a lot of the times, IFIA would foot the bills for these things. And also getting a place to even meet. And at the very, very onset, was quite difficult getting a place to even meet, people to sponsor us with spaces that we can meet. But along the line, thanks to places like Impact Hub Accra and WorkShed Africa, they gave us a 6-month sponsorship where we could have our meetings there for free. Now, one of the last ones that really blows my mind is having people come to some of these sessions without laptops. They just want to learn, but they do not have the laptops to study, to join us to study. And these are some of the things that hinder certain people. Maybe if they had one, or if they had one with good specs, then they could, the interest could be more. That's one of the things. But it's not all bad. I mean, we really had a lot of fun. There are so many perks that we picked up working together as a team, as a Women Who Code Accra team, as myself working with Ifia and Asabia and Co. We've had I mean, for us, it's like a community, it's a support group that we come to, that we are happy coming there to learn from each other, especially for those who are working professionals. You get to learn from them. Those who are students are encouraged when they come and meet those of us who are working. Through my affiliation with Ifia and Women Who Code Accra, like I mentioned, Asabia is someone I met, and through her, I got a recommendation for my very first job after school. So that's I mean, kudos to you, Ifia, for all of this. From there on, I've been able to move on to another job, still in tech, and this is some of the benefits that we get from networking and for community, you know, the sense of community that we get from each other. So I'm really excited hearing about Ifia moving on to the next step to create Coders Who Travel. Ifia is determined to be a bridge builder, and I'm really proud of her for this next step. I'm all for it, and I hope that she will get people who would also commit their resources to help her achieve this, to get people to grow in tech, people who are willing to grow in tech, to get their dreams to come to fruition. So yes, I do hope that with this video you are going to give as much of your support to Ifia and to Coders Who Travel. Thank you very much.